Hi, this is Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles and StudioCycles.com, and in this short YouTube video I want to talk about the new 2012 Trac spinner blade that we have in our Laguna Niguel store. We also have it in our Venice store as well, the 2012 Trac spinner blade is the new badass bike from Trac. It now has fore and aft handlebars, which is nice for the petite women or the taller guys. It has a new crankset and pedal system called Morse Taper, which is pretty bomb-proof. It's got the same perimeter-weighted, aggressive inertia-producing flywheel that makes a spinner different from an exercise bike. Only Schwinn and Trac have produced bikes with true aggressive inertia-producing drivetrains. And if you're curious about what that means, if you buy a bike and it's got a flat, skinny flywheel, like the belt-driven bikes, for example, they produce little or zero inertia, which in turn gives you an up, down, up, down, up, down pedal stroke. And since so many people who ride these bikes are not cyclists, they tend to bring a non-developed, up, down pedal stroke to the table. The last thing you want to do is get on a bike that provokes a non-fluid pedal stroke, particularly as you get older, because hip flexors, knees, ankles respond more, well, it's favorable and positive when you have a fluid motion as opposed to an impact motion or a stop-start motion. The 2012 Trac spinners have aggressive inertia-producing drivetrains. We keep these bikes in our stores. We are the only stores in the world that are indoor cycling specific. Our Laguna Niguel store is open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The number at the store is 949-581-BIKE. And if you go to StudioCycles.com, you will see a locations button. Click the locations button, and under Laguna Niguel, you'll see a number there. If you'd like a private appointment, you can call us, give us a little bit of heads up. It's quite an experience going into a store where you have 35 to 45 of the top bikes. Forget Costco, forget Sears, forget Amazon. If you buy a bike online, it's going to come to you in a box. And you're going to build that bike like a table from IKEA. The companies that sell bikes online, they process credit cards and send you a box. If you buy a bike from us online, we pull it out of the box, we tear it apart, we do drivetrain treatments. Here's a perfect example here. Here's a Schwinn AC Performance. It's torn apart. It's been professionally built, but we do a drivetrain treatment. If you look over here, you'll see a group of bikes that's going into a small club back east, and we do drivetrain treatments on these bikes. We don't build bikes like furniture from IKEA. You will if you buy a bike online, and the company you buy it from, their responsibility is processing your credit card and sending you a box. So if you want a professionally built, hand-tuned, lifetime warranted bike, we're the only source. Period. You can call me directly, 888-909-BIKE, 310-664-1375. Cell phone is 818-470-2204. 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week. If you come to the Laguna Niguel store and you're driving from outside the area, call me directly. I'll sweeten the deal. And also, if you have questions about the bikes we sell, there aren't many questions that I cannot answer about the bikes that I sell. If you're a commercial customer, a trip to this warehouse will be like no other. There is no other warehouse like Studio Cycles in Hawthorne. There just isn't. No one else has an indoor cycling specific warehouse with Kaiser, Trac, Schwinn, Free Motion, and Le Monde all under one roof, side by side for you to test out and try. We have a lot of bikes, and I don't know much about anything else, but I know pretty much everything there is to know about the best bikes in the indoor cycling industry. If you're not buying a bike, who cares about what I know? It doesn't make me a big deal, but call me and have a conversation with me about the differences, the applications, if you're particularly petite or particularly tall, or if there's multiple users, or what you're used to in the club, or do you have cycling shoes, etc., 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 etc. I guarantee you, the conversation you'll have with me, you will not have a fraction of the depth of conversation you'll have with me about the bikes anywhere else. So I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and best of luck to you on your road to health and fitness.